It's like you, here I am. It's been since 1988.
Welcome back to another guide which I'm going to share and actually has been asked by a lot of YouTuber live stream and also as Facebook to actually teach them how to farm the goals. Okay, so basically the guide is pretty obvious, and I'm going to teach you guys my own method. Yeah, my own method actually how to farm goals, which I've been using it for like 2 to 3 years already, and it's actually I'm still applying. But not all are actually using now, but I'm using the one that actually is more advanced already. But I'm going to teach you guys the very basic that you need to know on actually how to farm the gold in Dragon Nest Seas. Now, let us before I get started, I just want to let you guys know this is actually pure my own way, and I do not try to make any trouble. But as always, if you do like the video, just give a thumbs up, and also, if you don't understand, probably you're going to be confused a bit. And if you don't understand, just leave a comment down below in the video, and then I'll try to reply as soon as possible. Okay. Alright, let's get started first. So there's a few sections that we need to look at here. One is actually basically the nest side, and then second of all the DQ side, and then finally actually is all about TH. Basically, these are the main three parts that you need to know actually what to farm, how to farm, and then how to do the sales. Okay, basically that's all about it. But of course, it actually depends on how diligent you are and how many characters you can do per week. Yeah, per week. Okay, for me, I last time 2-3 years ago, I actually farmed using 24 characters. But at this very past few months ago, after traveling back from Dubai, or actually in Dubai, I was actually becoming more lazy, but then again, I already got enough money, enough gold, enough DMP just to survive for the next 1 year, I guess. But anyway, I hope you guys actually enjoy this, and let's get started first. So the first thing that we're going to see is actually basically the nest side, alright? So let me just go into the nest side first on 93 level, and then I will explain to you what should you be looking at and what should you be farming, alright? So we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we are back here at 93, the Garden of Time. Now looking at this, basically 93 is actually one of the most important dungeons, or actually not dungeon, nests that you need to do every single week. So what I'm going to tell you guys straightforward, what you need to do and what should we be looking at. HBF is the first thing that you need to do every single week. What you need to focus on is HBF is actually on the hardcore and also the normal. What you need to farm is actually both fragment of brilliant skills and as well as skill as crystal. Of course, nevertheless, at the same time you can farm Dunder's Cube and also the gold pouch, and then nevertheless the dungeon points, which will come to the point later on very specifically. Hero Battlefield normal, same as well. It's just that you don't have the crystal skill crystal, but you would have the brilliant skills and the darkness cube, so and the gold pouch. So these are the basic one of the first basic dungeons, or actually the weekly site you need to do every single week. Regardless what you can, what rank you are in the HBF table, that's okay. Just do your best. Those actually extra brilliant skills and crystal are just a bonus for you. Alright. Okay. Now since you know that, we have also two major nests that you must clear every single week. On the left side is actually the Grano nest, and the right side will be the Deep Sea Dragon nest. Okay. Let's look at the Grano nest, what actually you should be looking for. Grano nest hardcore you should be looking for actually is the Brilliant Talisman Essence. Okay, and also this Consecration Blade is not that easy to drop, but still if it's a chance, do get it. And also all these ultimate accessories, armors, all this will actually able to use it later on, as I will explain one by one. Also, in Grano Nest Hardcore, you also will be getting Harmony Cube, which is actually used to craft Genesis Earring. Okay, one of the expensive materials that actually is selling in TH. Clearing Grano Nest normal also actually helps as well. Nevertheless, what you can see is also the same thing: Brilliant Talisman Essence, and the Epic Jades, and most importantly the Hardened LABs, which is the one that you need to farm. And also these are actually quite common. Okay, and also the Herald D. Now looking at this, Grano Nest normal will not drop the Harmony Cube if I'm okay. Without actually, it doesn't really drop. It's only drop in Grano Hardcore. Okay, And also in Groundness Hardcore, you have a chances to get Evolution Cube. I do remember I heard it from someone else, but I'm not too sure about that. Okay, well, if I do make it wrong, just let me know. But so far I never see it. So far I only see it drop is Deep Sea Dragon Nest. That's it. Okay, and Evolution Cube. So how you actually going to verify that? In Deep Sea Dragon Nest, another one that you need to take or note is that the Elevation Cube. Elevation Cube is actually selling it at the price of 25k to 35k gold each, depending on the market. Okay, market, how much is it? Because it use it to actually enhance your Genesis ring, or actually you should say Genesis accessories, to the next level, which is called Refined Genesis. Refined Genesis. Okay, and also these high grade essence will actually comes to use handy for yourself, or actually you can sell in TH as well. And also the unique, prophet, ultimate, heraldry, and the evolution fragment. Okay, that is the normal. Okay, now this is a hardcore. Hardcore will only drop harmony, elevation, heraldry, prophet. All these are pretty much common. So these two nests currently in 93, it is a must clear every single week. So 2 rounds of deep sea hardcore. Normal round, I think it's 3 rounds. I do believe it's 3 rounds. Yeah, 3 rounds. 2 rounds on hardcore, 3 rounds on normal. Grounded nest is actually 3 rounds on hardcore, followed by normal run is actually 3. So total of you can get the harmonic cube 3 here. So sorry, 3 2. So it's totally about 4. Okay, sorry 5. Sorry, I failed my maths. So 5 harmonic cube is actually dropped from here. Then you come to the next one, which is the next lower level, is basically Return of Typhoon King Nest and Return of Professor. So 2 of them basically are most important thing. Now you need to take note that actually in this PKN HC you must clear. Why? Because of it also dropped the Harmonic Cube, which is not listed in here, but it's actually it does drop, so you must take note of that. Besides that, weapon engraving and also the hardened LA base is actually going to drop here. Okay, so you must take this chance to grab whatever you can. Professor K Nest in normal mode also you actually can get it, but do know that what is actually most important thing is the armor engraving and as well as the hardened LA base. So these are the 2 major things. This one actually I don't want to go through because it's actually quite common across all the Nest 93 level, so you should know what to do with that. But I'll explain again later on at the Blacksmith side what is so important about it. So PKN HC normal run 2, I think this is 2 run, 3 run? 3 runs. So additional 3 harmonic cube. So totally just now we have 5 plus 3 here. So actually you have 8. Alright. You may be having 8 harmonic cubes already. And here then you'll be see TKN hardcore and TKN normal. Let's look at TKN hardcore. Now TKN hardcore will not drop harmonic cube, okay? As far as I remember, it actually make a changes. Last time it does drop, but now it doesn't. What you need to know that in this one, you actually should be getting all the Tiono set and also the ultimate, try to make it. And also the normal run is the Jades and also the Tiono sets as well. What is so important to get this is basically after later on, like I said, if we had to go to Blacksmith, we'll dismantle it, we'll see what we actually can get. So TKN, okay, hardcore and normal run is actually 3-3 as well. If you look at here, it's actually 3-3. So I would say it is an optional for you to do it. But again, pretty much I will not, for me, I will not bother. I will just go in for have some fun, that's all. So 4 major thing: HPF, Grano, Deep Sea Dragon Nest, and PKN HC. All this, PKN not HC, PKN in generally is actually you must do it every single week. Nevertheless, the most famous one is actually Irudian 4-man, hardcore and normal. So Irudian normal, okay. Irudian 4-man, okay, it's actually for normal run is 2 runs, hardcore is 1 run. Try to get whatever you can, and also it will drop elevation cube as well. Because actually I clear, so I can't really show you guys that, okay. But right, you can see that what actually it drops, so you have a chance to drop it, and then yeah, you can actually craft some stuff. You know, you can sell it, or actually you can craft other skills just to get your unique set. If I do believe that actually drops the skills. So basically 93 nests are very much important, but as well as for the 90 nests are pretty much optional, okay. Nothing much to actually sell it worth for now. unless you just want to do it for fun, okay? And you can just actually just straight away just to get the gold pouch, and also just sell it to the blacksmith just for extra cash, or actually gold, I should say gold. Because if you put in TH, it's going to waste a lot, waste your space, and then you're not really going to sell anything from there. So by right, if you look at this current HBF, all the four nesses here plus the IUDN, which is totally 5 here, it will take about average about 4 to 5 hours per character, okay, for normal epic run, okay. Because you need to find party, you will not want to try solo unless you are really well geared. You can do solo run, that's okay, okay. So I estimated on epic, okay, I tried it on epic, and then it actually took about for about 4 hours, yeah, 4 hours. Alright, so if you are diligent enough, if you are fast enough, maybe it actually took about 2 hours just to clear everything else, and then you can actually just complete one character here for the nest, okay. So since now you know the nest is already giving you the info already, now let's look at the another portion which is actually on DQ and as well as the nightmare. So let me just travel there and I'll be right back. Alright everyone, welcome back at the DQ and nightmare side portion here. So again, straightforward to the point. DQ is partially the one that you need to do, okay? What you will actually gain here from DQ is that you will gain the dungeon points. Now this point will actually help you to go and get all this stuff here, okay? Currently my dungeon point is very low because I don't really need it so much, and yeah, the light cubes I can do it slowly because the elevation cube is really much expensive. I can't really actually enhance my genesis to the next level. So in the dungeon point, although it doesn't really look much you want to get, but basically if you kind of hardworking, get more light cubes, then you can try to go and craft the prepare yourself for the light cube, and then you can craft the genesis accessories, okay. And also you can get the heraldry side. You can actually try your luck to actually go and craft a good stats, and then probably going to sell it. But of course you look at that points there, you need to use 2000 dungeon points plus 35 golds, okay, plus 35 golds. And then what other else? The most important one will be the Goddess of Grief. Okay, it will give you various kind of title, epic jacks, you know, all this kind of thing. It's actually just a bonus for you, optional for you to get it. Jade sides all level 60, pretty much level 80, pretty much low. I don't think that you want to go and grab it. Equip side is also level 90. So basically for Lament here, the points for using dungeon points basically only using for this one. Now, do remember that when you're doing the nest points, okay, you actually go in the green or the nest point. If you do clear the nest, you're actually going to get the nest point, which is showing here. Now, this nest point will actually eventually help you to go and grab some stuff here from the same priestess that actually give you the DQ. Now, let's look at the Goddess Sparkle Store. Goddess Sparkle Store is where you spend your nest points to actually grab your stuff. Light cube, same thing, get it every single week. It's not that expensive. It's actually half the price of using the dungeon points, so it's pretty much easy. One of the most important stuff that you need to get using the nest point here is actually the high grade essence of life. Okay, 500 points as well. You can get 10 per week, and then all the attack pouch here, if you want to get, is actually if you are diligent enough to do all the nest points, and then I think that's pretty much something else. Or you can actually get the equips for obsession just to dismantle later on, but I don't think that you want to waste it here unless you pretty much want it. Heraldry side is not important because everyone can get it. Engraving, okay, now engraving is the one that you need to see here. Engraving is the one that you actually can get the unique grade, okay, of armor. Now, do take it look closely on what part that you want to get, armor or weapons, okay. Now there is an overall and a normal armor. Now armor is actually given to each specific set. That means it's actually not one piece. So that means that let's say mine one is actually 5 pieces, so you should actually get the armor engraving, okay, but not the other one. Now the difference between these two basically is actually one is using the nest points, okay, another one is using scroll fragment, which is 10 to actually go and exchange it. Now, what is actually scroll fragment here? Scroll fragment actually is scroll fragment is actually basically the one that you dismantle it, which is this one. Okay. I do not. I think you also can use that if. So in the sense that how you should do it is basically what you can do is you use the nest point. You can grab this one first on the left side, the left column here, And then if the one is not the stats that you want, you can go and dismantle it. You can get about, I think his armor is about 3, weapon is about 3 as well. Then you can actually exchange it to get another one. So in that sense, you actually can use it so that you can keep on using to get the right stats until you completed your costume, okay, and also your weapon as well. Same things apply that for weapon. Also, you can get the unique, okay, if you are lucky enough, alright. But it usually requires 6,000 S point. So again, only can purchase 2 per week. So just take note of that. Diligent enough, just keep on do all the nests. Like I said, 93 is actually all mandatory to do and actually clear everything, while the 91 is actually very much optional. Okay, very much optional. So this is actually the part where you need to take note what should you exchange for the next point. And then if you do get the right one, you can try to sell it as well in the TH. Later on, we actually see the engraving prices in TH. Now at Nightmare. Nightmare is another one that you need to be fun. Let's actually head inside to Nightmare and then we shall see what actually we can get it. Now there are total of actually 3 different levels of Nightmare. Level 1, level 3 and level 5. Level 5 you can do once, level 3 you can do twice, while level 1 you can do 3 times. Okay. Now if you can actually do in groups, or you actually can do sololy or 2-man. Now the difference between doing in groups and do sololy, there's not much difference, but it's only because that you can actually, what you can grab is the talisman. Those people actually watch me in live stream, I did solo probably on 1 or 2 characters. Basically I was trying to get the talisman. Now if you do in group, you actually have to share the loots, okay? It's actually by chances whether what is your roll number or how much you can roll and then win the talisman. And also the garnet actually is actually tied to each person already, and as well as the nightmare stars. Now, the talisman, if you're actually hardcore enough to do solo per person, solely, okay, not per person, if you do solely, you actually can get a total of 1 stack. 1 stack is actually 50, okay, which probably will inclusive the normal talisman and the high grade talisman, okay, the high grade talisman. That is if you go and dismantle every single thing. But if you do not dismantle the high grade or just the normal one, basically you can get roughly about 40 or 45. It depends on the drop rate as well. So it will be nearly 1 stack. So it's a good pricing to sell in TH. Now let's look at also what should Nightmare Store actually try to provide you. In the Nightmare Store, on the first part is a talisman, which is actually basically not really much. But you actually can go and grab it and then dismantle it. Maybe you can grab a second stats from here straight away. You can try yourself and you can sell it in TH. Okay. You also can see here, you also may get high grade talisman as well. Pretty much something that you can actually earn. Okay. Pretty much something you can earn. Okay. But each pouch costs 1,000 Nightmare points. Okay. Now the next one is General Store. General Store actually you can grab the Brilliant Talisman Essence, but you can get 7 per week, alright? And then the Darkness Cube. Darkness Cube is the one that you must get every single week, okay? But of course, it's also optional if you're not aiming for the Genesis or you're trying to craft it and sell it to the ETH. The optional one for this Talisman Evolution, I think most probably I will not get it, but I will try to save it on my other characters and see how it goes. If I do get it, then that's lucky for me. But this one cannot be sold, yeah? This one cannot be sold, so it's pointless. And of course, you also can get the kills if you want to push it fast enough to actually craft it. And the gold pouch, actually, I will not advise you to go and grab that because it's pretty much useless and it's only 50 gold. Sometimes get 10,000 gold. What's the RNG? Probably it's going to be very bad. Okay, unless you are very lucky. Hero pouch also depending on how much you can sell in the TH. And I think now it's quite cheap and not very much, but if you think you have extra points, you can try to sell it but this is optional. Plate pouch, not also is also optional because you can see that 6,000 Nightmare points pretty much is going to waste a lot of your points. So better not you don't do that. Other than that, it's only equips and then also all the Nightmare weapons, which is level 90. We're not actually going to use it. So pretty much you're going to focus on this first 2 side, and it is only very optional. Mandatory one is actually this one and this one. Alright. So this is basically the Nightmare's point that you're going to do it. Other than that, not very much. You can't do anything. So now we are looking into the DQ side and the Nightmare. Now you know the concept that what is actually you should farm in Nest and also the Nightmare and DQ. Now let's go back to the Blacksmith before the TH side. Alright, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, we are back here at the Blacksmith side. which everyone hates it so much. But anyway, in the blacksmith side here, what you need to focus on is actually this dissembler here, okay, and as well as the blacksmith. Um, Now I do not have the equate, okay, I do not have the equate, but those people majority know, you should be able to see that what I'm trying to say here. Now under when you actually grab the normal epic, unique and a talisman side, when actually you dismantle it, you can actually grab a lot of different stuff. One of them, wait, hang on, yeah, okay. Now, oh my god, the blacksmith is so noisy. Anyway, okay, looking at this, you should be looking at skill accessory section and also the dragon jade and talisman section. Under the skill accessory, do you remember the one that we actually crafted? We actually farm it. You can farm it. You can actually go and actually craft the epic skill accessories. Okay, of course it will cost quite a bundle of stuff, which is the 100 fragment brilliant skills and the obsidian talent fragment, which you can see that it can be attained by this dismantling level 93 obsession tuner accessories. Okay, so that's most importantly, this is only for epic. Whilst if you dismantle the unique one, you can get this dazzling jewelry fragment. Okay, pretty much that's exactly about it. So if you craft the right stats and the right skills, okay, for those who are non legendary accessories players, you can basically craft this to actually you can sell it pretty much high. It's around depending on the stats, I think, and also in the skills, it's somewhere around 4 to 6k gold if you really get the best stats that you want, and pretty much you still can sell it, and I think a lot of people still needs it because it's really RNG based. It's also apply for earring and ring as well. Okay, so pretty much this is about it. But if you don't want to craft it, you also can straight away sell in TH. So which is actually the so-called we call it a fixed income, a fixed income. This is actually not a fixed income. We call this one actually is a so-called an investment. You invest to something and you try to sell even higher, then you actually get a much larger proportion or percentage of return later on if you did sell it. Of course, you can also look at this side here, which is the common one. I don't think that you really need to do that. Basically, it's pretty much going to waste a lot of time to do it. But if you have extra goals, you can if you have extra stuff, materials that you want, you can just go and level up all this stuff to the next level, which is garnet, essence of high grade essence of life. But I wanted to try to do it because a lot of materials required, and you can look at this, you're going to waste a lot of gold. You can see that. It's a good thing, but pretty much you can really farm anywhere. Now dragon jades. Now dragon jades, earlier on I also did say that when you actually get it from nightmare, okay, you also can dismantle it, and then what you need to see is, if you look at here, dismantling it, you can actually see that this brilliant talisman, okay, is actually attained dismantling the talisman, and also this one actually you can get from ground nest, or you actually can get from the nightmare store. Then you also can go and enhance it as a investment to see whether you can luck to actually sell the rare talisman with second stats. Then pretty much it's actually depending on what you are trying to sell. Okay, costs quite a lot of bundle of ingredients and materials, but it will be worthwhile for you to actually sell it if you get the right stats. Okay, we're actually going to see the stats later on in the TH, and probably this is actually basically the most important thing that you need to know for Blacksmith. This is actually where you actually use all the farming materials, okay, on that single character. After you clear all the nest and nightmare, you can try to think about whether you want to invest or not here, but again, it's optional. If you don't want, we will be focusing on the TH side, where you can actually get the fixed income from selling the stuff. This is only really meant for investment, yeah, pretty much depending on the luck. Okay, alright, so since we are done at the blacksmith side here, we shall moving on to the TH which is right beside me here. Let's look at the TH. Now, TH side will be probably going to take a long time to explain to you basically what I'm going to try to say. So basically, I will be using a very basic that I study from university and college area, which is actually we call it as micro and macroeconomics kind of thing. I'll actually explain in the simple principle first, okay? The simple ideas on actually how to go and craft it. Sorry, not craft it. We'll try to do the sales, okay? Let's get started.
Some people think it's called charity by giving away money to useless people.
Finally, he ends. Alright, Now, if you actually go and do all the nests, okay, craft all the materials, okay, and then you go and you actually luckily to get all the skills, you're going to craft the IUGN sets or whatever, you are going to do all this stuff. A lot of stuff you can sell in TH. Oh, actually just now I forgot to say that this permanent hardened LAB you can get it from the Rune Dragon Nest under the 8-man, okay, and also the hardcore. Okay, look at that. Alright, since now I got a few items here. I got just going to take a few samples actually. How are we going to do the sales? Okay, pretty much now it's actually about doing the sales marketing, the kind of method. Now we'll be looking at some important stuff like engraving, high grade essence, garnet cubes, and also the talisman side. Now let's look at the gear side first. In the gear side, Rune Dragon is pretty much the most commonly selling now in TH. Pretty much it's usually each part, okay, for all classes. Let's look at it. Average is about 4,000 and above. Okay, 4,000 above depending on the class. Okay, so you might want to if you have a lot of rough like scales and rough all this kind of thing, you might want to check the TH first before you even start crafting. What sort of actually classes are actually a lot in TH, but yet you are trying to sell it because you just don't need the scales and rough. So if you look at this, pretty much if you look at such warrior classes by classes, warrior has quite a lot of swords, which is much because there's a lot of warriors. So it actually sells quite high, okay, but again, there's so much, probably you'll be the price will be dropping, okay, dropping like really bad. You can see that from 12k drop to 10k. So these people are actually considered the rush kind of people try to sell it off, okay, not really trying to earn the gold. You can do it, but basically this is actually, I call it the rush type. So I will not do that, but you can see that 9,500, it drops like tremendously from time to time already. So I will not actually advise you to go and club the classes that where you can actually sell it in a much lower rate. Now at the archer side here, you can see not very much of archer weapons, okay. So you look at this, each one it costs 19k, 12k to 17k. Wow, pretty much is quite high, right? But let's not forget that warriors compared to archers, warrior has quite a lot. So to me is that I will actually try to take a risk, try to go and sell this one if I really want it. But if you don't want to do that, you also can turn yourself back, actually go and try to sell the others. You also can try to sell the warrior one, so that you can gain more income. But again, let's not forget the stats here. You can look at this. This is AGI and INT. This is INT and Vitality, and this is Strength and INT. So pretty much it depends on the stats, so that you know that what you should be doing, okay. So that you actually know that what you should be selling at what is the right price, okay. Just because you craft the weapon and then you try to sell it off, really it's not really worth it. You are not earning anything much. It will apply for secondary helm, upper, lower, gloves and shoes. So this is actually one method that you need to take note of. Please check the stats of the weapon armor first before you start selling, and check across all the prices. Pretty much it's going to take some time, but it will be well worth it, and you can earn more golds or even DMPs. Now, accessory side here. If you do remember earlier on, we did say that there are quite a lot of accessories, but we are looking more at the skill accessories. Okay, I don't think that we actually warriors really going to see every single thing. Yeah, we're going to look at all the skill accessories. Now we're going to look at level 93 only, yeah, because the lower level I don't think that too much people don't want to buy it. Now, crafting, whether the bad one, the bad stats or the good stat, basically what you're going to see here is this. You are going to see that you look at bad stat is going to get about 500 golds. Pretty much sounds logic quite rich, right? But later I will show you guys to shoot the brilliant fragment as well. Okay, now the earring side, all these are actually quite 330, 350, 400. So again, it depends on the classes and etc. But if you do craft the right stats, look at this. If you do craft the right stats for it, and then people are going to sell like around 3k to 4k, 3k to 5k, or sometimes if you're unique, you can see that this guy is actually selling quite high. But pretty much it actually depends on what you want. So you can see average is about 10k, 7k. All this actually pretty much is quite consistent now. The price quite consistent. So How do you know that whether you should be actually selling the accessories, or you want to take a risk to sell the accessories, or you actually just want to sell the brilliant fragment skills? Now, just want to remember, each part it requires hundreds, okay, hundreds of brilliant skill accessories. Sometimes crafting the accessory could actually sell higher compared to you just selling the materials. Now let's take a look at all the materials. I forgot to bring out one of the materials there.
I remember the 6 heroes used
So
to
let me go
store
and
their
grab
things
the
here.
materials first. Okay, let me just grab this. Okay, grab some of this. Alright,
Have a light for your journey.
now let's go to the TH again.
Anything I can help you with?
Now we look at the brilliant skills here. Okay, let's see how much is it selling. Now, each one is selling about roughly, let's say, just say 4 golds, okay? 4 golds multiplied by 100, because each one is 4 golds, and then you need 100 to craft the epic. Just remember, let me just show you again.
Find anything?
If you go into the blacksmith here,
For you, young
okay,
adventurer.
craft item,
Ask and
accessories,
shall be
you see that you need 100. So 100 times 4 is 400 gold.
You don't
400
look
gold,
very
that is only for that one particular ingredients only. You haven't actually included the obsidian of Tierno. What? How much is actually obsidian of Tierno? Each one is 45 golds, and somewhere you need, I think about, it's somewhere around 15. So 15 multiplied by 4 is actually another 400 over. So that means you're going to use more than what you get. Okay, you're going to use more what you get to go and craft something, and then if you actually generally getting the bad stats, that kind of stats accessories, in the end you're going to sell like, you know, hang on, that pretty much that cheap. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, pretty much going to sell like only 500 golds. So really, it's actually a chance. That's why I say selling the materials. Okay, selling the materials here is basically a more constant, a fixed income, because the price will not drop or raise up that high pretty much, because everyone's going to do it anyway. But if you are trying to risk taker, trying to get more golds, you can go and actually get all the farming materials, craft it, and probably you're going to get maybe the good stats, the right skills, and then you're going to sell it like maybe 5k. You're going to earn even more. You're going to earn like somewhere around 10 times more than the original price, because getting the good stats, getting the good stat means you can actually get about 3k, 6k, that depending, because the crafting material, if you sell it off all for one single accessories, it's actually somewhere around 700 to 800 golds, okay, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like I actually try to get the latest price for you guys, but this is actually what I know. So in the end, it is up to you that whether you want to take a risk to go and craft it for investment to get more income in return, or you want to sell it all at the constant fixed price. So basically, this is the one that you need to take note. Okay, the second thing that you need to take note. Okay, now the third one, yeah. The third one that you need to look at is all about all the other stuff. Basically, the concept is pretty much the same. But if you look at some other time that actually when you sell the stuff, each one is 15 gold. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Last time it was actually about 17 golds. Because you have to take note that there's a lot of people also selling as well. So what does it actually imply? This is actually where the microeconomics come into play. Demand and supply. Those who actually study economics, you actually know the concept. Okay. In the next screenshot here, I'm going to show you guys actually a very simple table where actually how does the marketing works. A very straightforward, simple concept. In most of the DN condition here, basically, if you actually the supplier, okay, the one that actually is trying to sell the stuff in TA, the suppliers is high. Okay, the suppliers is high. Okay, the chances of actually the demanding of the golds to sell it off is actually much lower. That is why you can see that things actually should be actually quite high. It should be 17 golds, right? But now because of a lot of people farm it and try to sell it, it's actually spoiling the market price. It becomes from 17 gold to 15 golds. So you are going to lose 2 extra golds for each of the hardened LABs. That means that 2 multiplied by 50, you lost about another 100 gold. So this is actually what happening in the TH market. In some other cases, let's just say in other cases, maybe I'm just going to show you some other stuff. I don't know whether what else you can actually can do. I think maybe you can do the premium hardened LA base. Okay, let's compare between these two. Yeah, hardened LA base actually, because we have a mixture of the premium as well, so it's roughly about, I would say it's about 11 page. Okay, 11 page. So 11 pages is actually on the hardened LA base. Whereas for the premium side, okay, you can see the premium side. One is 17 gold. Why is it also dropping? Why is it nearly the same price as the normal one? Because somebody is spoiling the market price again. Basically, around the average price is actually about 20 golds. Again, the more people are selling, that means the price will drop. You can see all these people do not require any one of that. This actually basically, these are all actually the having the end game jets ready and accessories ready. Probably you guys should know. Okay, don't need me to mention they are from which queue, but they don't need that. They're just gonna sell it at the lowest price. You can see that difference by 1 gold. Yeah. Okay, this person Morphe is selling at 18 golds, whereas the 23380 is actually selling 17 golds. So it's actually you're going to lose about. He's actually he don't mind. He doesn't mind about that maybe. So he's going actually you're not going to earn that much. So priority we're looking at ourselves here, because we are not really we really need the gold. So that's why we actually want it to sell as high as possible. So between that you lost 1 gold. So you're gonna lose somewhere about 37 gold. Seems not much, but 37 gold is also a gold. You probably can actually go and use it to transfer the equipments, etc., etc. So alright, okay. And sometimes even 37 gold can help you to get you some good stuff also. Okay. So now if you know that supply is high but demand is low, that means the price is gonna drop. Okay. Now back in a few days, elevation cubes, okay, but we don't have elevation cubes here actually. I can't remember. Elevation cubes. Yeah, I don't think we have elevation cubes. Or maybe I did spell something wrong. Okay, I do not know. Okay, time cube, harmony cube, time cube, the space cube, time cube. Yeah, I don't think you have. Yeah. So because you can see, elevation cube has none. That means that actually there are a lot of people want to buy. Actually, I heard there's a lot of people asking me that whether someone is selling the elevation cube. But to me, elevation cube is so rare, it's so hard to drop. So that's why the price for each of that item is 25k to 35k gold each. Okay, now we're talking about gold. Sometimes it's also in DMP. Alright, so what does it mean? It means that supply is low, but demand is high. So the prices is increasing. The price is so demanding that people wants to buy and people trying to go and buy it. Back a few days ago, I saw someone actually buying the elevation cube. He's willing to pay 38k gold just for that. But you also must know that the drop rate of the elevation cube is pretty much low. So this is actually how it should work, how it really should work. Yeah. So now you know the actually basically the third concept, the demand and supply chaining. This is actually microeconomics. Okay, microeconomics. Now, I will actually go and explain the last and final one because I was just going to give you guys a very basic one. But if you do have many more questions, you can just ask me again by dropping down the comment section, or you can ask me in the Facebook. Now, the next one is macroeconomics. How does the macroeconomics works? Basically, I know that economics actually has a lot of stuff, but I only know the very basic one. I will use the method macroeconomics we call monopolizing. Okay, monopolizing. Now, what does a monopolizing means? You have actually a character full of materials quantity. Like let's say you have a 1,000 stacks of garnet, and each stack of garnet maybe actually you can store about 1,000. So 1,000 by 1,000 you have like really about 1 million already, 1 million garnet. That's just say an assumption. Now you are monopolizing that. So how are you going to monopolize the market of the garnet? Now each garnet now are actually selling it at 12, about 13 golds, okay, about 13 golds. Take for example the monopolizing is actually basically is that you are going to be the person that is controlling the market of garnet. That is actually where the more characters you have, the more you farm, and then you have the controlling of the prices of the garnet. That means if you're willing to sell it at the higher, you can wait until the price when the supply of the garnet is low, you can actually sell it in the market higher. So you do not have to worry about the price of the garnet already because you have the stock. By doing that, you also actually can use alternate character to do the sales as well. Actually, we can actually call this actually as cross sales. So that way, people will not know that actually I'm actually from buying from the same person, right? Correct? You get what my idea is. I have Kaelz A, Kaelz B, Kaelz C. They are from the same account. I have 1 million garnet, and I'm trying to sell it in TH now. I put Kaelz A and selling like let's say the first stack 1000 in TH. And let's say this 1000 is actually going to cost 2589. Okay, pretty much done. So you managed to sell it. Then subsequently, you know that it starts selling, you try to sell more, sell more. Okay, then you earn the money back. But then in the end, suddenly someone actually steps on you, right? They know that you have the stock, they steps on you. So maybe this guy from let's say someone else by the name of Mark. Okay, Mark actually has also a few stock, and then actually he's selling lower price, which is 2,400 per garnet for 100 or for 1,000 garnet. So it's lower than yours. So what you can do is that you can actually switch to another character, okay, put even a lower price, which is maybe like 2,399. Yes, it sounds stupid, but actually it's somewhere actually you can do the sales, and then so that you can actually monopolize the market. Now this is actually where actually it comes to play that it's more advanced level on this method. When you actually lower down the price between Mark and you, Mark is selling 2,400 and you are selling 2,300, right? Mark maybe is going to sell even lower, 2,200. But the thing is that you actually can take this chance to use Kaelz A to purchase that 2,200 back, okay, to you to get a stock. Sounds stupid, right? Do remember, you are controlling the market of garnet now. If you have the quantity in your hand, you have the materials, you have the garnet control in your hand, in your inventory. You don't even need to bother about that. In the end, if Mark Laws has sold everything, to Mark he has sold everything in about 2,200 garnet. But you gain it back, why? You are going to increase the garnet price back to 2,589. And if you do manage to sell it, you're going to earn extra 300 gold. You remember? You know what I mean? This is actually something like called microeconomics. I don't know whether I use the terminology correct or not, but this is actually my terminology. So this terminology is actually something like buy and resell. Buy and resell. Buy at the lowest price, but resell even higher price. So in this sense, the logic is that people help you to farm. People helps you to farm. You just go and buy it in a cheaper price and you sell it in the highest price. So this is actually microeconomics. You are controlling the market of garnet. Basically, you also can do that for any other stuff. High grade essence of life, and then the cubes as well, and also some of the materials that you can sell in TH. But it's not always going to work. It's not always going to work. Okay, like I said, if you are trying to rush to sell the stuff, go ahead, just sell it in the lowest price. Okay, lowest price. That's it. Done. Bam. If you want to really do that, to do this strategy called microeconomics, try to screw up people's price to lower down, and then you buy back and you resell it high. That's also okay. That is basically what I'm trying to do here. That is why you don't see my character much selling stuff, because I'm using my alternate character to do it, and this is my method for a very long time. So I have, as I said, I have 24 characters back then. I have materials. I have 3 guilds, but currently I already sold 2 of my guilds out. I have other stuff in my other 24 characters there, so I don't need to worry about that. I can simply just transfer using by opening up 2 or 3 laptops and transfer to my main seller there, and then I'm just gonna sell it in TH. That's it, done, bam. And then in the end, if you're diligent enough, 1 month, you can actually earn about nearly 100k goals, or actually even more, 200, 300k goals. The last time when I actually tried to sell all this stuff, basically I earn about 2 to 30k goals per day, yeah, if I'm diligent enough. That's why I've been said that I'm going to spare my life, spare my time, just to sell all the stuff, camping in TH, not really doing anything. That's basically what I do. So in totality, I didn't really sleep much, I farm a lot. So I said, you really have to be hardcore farmer, hardcore camper, TH camper, that kind of thing. So then you can reach this point. There's no easy way out. Of course, there's an easy way out. You can just go and top up and you just go and grab it. Okay, but let's not talk about doing services, because services is pretty much very hard. Even I now also find that I myself is doing services also quite hard. All right. So this is basically what I'm gonna say here, guys, and this is actually probably the guide. For the TH part, probably it's very confusing. I try to explain again. If you do not understand, you try to listen carefully what I'm trying to explain, and I will actually I will also try to answer your comment section there. I hope actually you can understand this, and probably again this is my own idea, my own marketing method, and my own way of farming goals. Okay, so if you do like this video, just give a thumbs up, and hope you guys do enjoy this, and I'll see you guys soon on the next live stream and also the next video. Goodbye everyone and good night. Oops, sorry, wrong all this stuff.